let's get into it. What we're going to do here for the Ourlads football YouTube channel is we're going to go over the top 3 draft needs for the San Francisco 49ers. So let's go ahead and do that. And please also make sure anybody out there who's watching, please subscribe to the channel.
Number 3 for me is going to be tight end, because right now, going in, especially since the Lions matched the offer sheet the 49ers signed Brock Wright to earlier today, they don't have anyone really on the roster that they can trust outside of George Kittle, who's going to start, and then it's Cameron Latu and it's Braden Willis, 2 draft picks from last year. Latu didn't play at all; he spent the season on IR. And Braden Willis played very sparingly on offense. I think that that's a position where they need to get a player that they trust and think that he can play right away. So I put that at number 3.
Draft need number 2 for San Francisco.
They need help at defensive end, man, and I think every team does. But right now, they signed Leonard Floyd to a 2-year deal. He's been a really, really good player the last few years since leaving Chicago. They signed Yetur Gross-Matos from the Panthers. I think they're going to use him more as a hybrid player, defensive end, and then on passing downs, kick him inside. And Nick Bosa. And then after that, it's pretty sparse for them. Drake Jackson, former second-round pick, has not done a lot in his career. He's dealt with some injury stuff, particularly last year. But even before he got hurt, he wasn't playing great. They drafted Robert Beal out of Georgia last year, 6th round, I believe, 6th-round pick, 5th-round pick. 5th-round pick out of Georgia, and he played very, very sparingly at the end of the year. So it's huge question marks at a position that the 49ers believe is as important as quarterback is defensive end and affecting the quarterback. So I think that's a spot that they need to address with a player that they believe they can potentially build around.
Draft need number 1.
It's offensive tackle, and it's not even close. It's offensive tackle, and then everything we just talked about. And you can argue there's a bunch of positions you can argue are bigger needs, but below offensive tackle. But I don't think anybody's going to put this anywhere other than number 1 on the list. They had Colton McKivitz as their starting right tackle last year. He was we'll call it up and down to be nice, but not great. And I think that's a spot that they can improve at. They can also improve at right guard, but that's a different conversation. And they need to find a player who can not only start this year, but Trent Williams is closer to 40 than he is to 30. So I think they need to start finding out if they can get a player now who can start at right tackle for them and then flip over to the left side once Trent Williams hangs up his pads. I think that has to be priorities number 1, 2, and 3, frankly, in the draft this year, is just making sure that they solidify that position now at right tackle and hopefully solidify that position on the left side down the road.